Hey people, welcome back to another video of Circuit Digest. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build a simple yet practical GPS tracker using the Raspberry Pi Pico development board. So the idea of this project is to build a simple GPS tracker. As you can see, it's just few components connected over a breadboard, but yet the output of this project looks something like this. So this is the GeoLinker app built by Circuit Digest. It's completely free to use for anyone. And you can see the results of our GPS tracker over here, which was done in a previous test before this video. And as you can see, this is the current location of our GPS tracker, and this is the path traveled by our GPS tracker. You can also see a lot of waypoints. If you click on a particular waypoint, you can see the time at which the data was sent, the latitude and longitude values, along with few other values like the battery percentage, speed, etc. And apart from this, you can also send sensor data from your GPS tracker. So at this particular location, the temperature and humidity values were so and so. Including this temperature and humidity value, you can also send other sensor values. So a maximum of 5 sensor data can be sent for each waypoint. So apart from this app also has a lot of features. You can not just track one single GPS tracker, you can have multiple of them. In fact, here is another tracker which we tested earlier, and the same thing, you can see the features remain the same. Let me go back to our previous tracker now. And on the right side, you can see a lot of options here. You can click on this and get into full screen, and you can use this measure tool to get the distance between 2 points. Apart from this, you also can filter the values based on date and time. Say, for example, if your GPS tracker has been running for a long time, you can filter it based on the date and time. You can also share it with other users using this button, and you also have an option to view the table where you can see all the sensor data along with its payload values. And apart from this, you can also check the live location and compare the distance between your location and the location of your tracker. And you can also view different map layers. So this is called the OpenStreetMap, but you can also click on satellite view here and visualize the GPS data in a satellite view. So yes, this is a free GPS tracking app built by Circuit Digest. You can sign up and use today. You can also see other tutorials. We have previously built the same kind of GPS tracker using Arduino and ESP32. You can also check them out if you're interested. But in this video, I'm going to show you how we can build a GPS tracker using Raspberry Pi Pico W. I'm going to explain you the hardware, the circuit diagram, and the complete code so that you can build it on your own in no time. Sounds interesting, right? So let's get started. Okay, so the complete documentation for this project can be found at this link. I will also place it at the description of this video. So if you go here, you can find all the details, including the circuit diagram for this project. Let me quickly open it in another tab. And as you can see, the hardware for this project is really simple. We just have the Raspberry Pi Pico development board along with a SIM800 GSM module and a Neo 6M GPS module. Now the circuit diagram here shows all the connections. We're going to use the 5 volt to power up our SIM800L as well as the Neo 6M GPS module. Apart from that, we also have 3 LEDs here, namely the green, yellow and red. The green LED will blink whenever the data is successfully sent to the GeoLinker cloud app. And the yellow LED and the red LEDs are warning LEDs. If there is no proper GPS connection, then the yellow warning LED will blink, showing that there are no GPS connections received. And the red LED is used to show if there is no connection from your SIM card. So the SIM800L has a SIM card in it. If it is not able to find the network using that SIM card, this red color LED will glow. Apart from that, you can also see 2 antennas here. One is for the GPS module and the other here is for the GSM module. Now this GSM module, the SIM800L, looks a bit different, but you can also use the standard red color GSM modules which comes with this coil antenna. Both of them will work the same and you can follow the same circuit diagram. Okay, now we know how the connections are made, and the next step is to program our Raspberry Pi Pico development board. Before we do that, there are a few things we have to do. We have to sign up for an account on Circuit Digest Cloud. Again, the documentation shows the step-by-step instructions on how we can do that, but let me quickly do that over here as well. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is get into circuitdigest.cloud and you will be welcomed with this home page. And what we are interested here is this GeoLinker GPS visualizer app. Now, if you click on track, you will notice that you won't be able to see anything. You have to sign in. I already have a registered account, so I'm just going to sign in. But if you are completely new, you can use this register button, give your email ID, password, and you can sign up in no time. So let me quickly log into my account. Okay, so now I am logged in, and when I click on track, this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna see some instructions on how to use this GeoLinker web app. So there are 4 steps for you to send GPS data from your development board to your GeoLinker web app. Those 4 steps are shown here. In fact, if you need a complete documentation, you can click on this API documentation button and read through this documentation. It tells you how to use this app for ESP32, Node MCU, or Raspberry Pi, and all the popular development boards. But to get going with this project, let's do the first thing. Let's generate an API key. So to do that, I'm going to head into my account. And over here, I already have an API key. Now, this API key might not be visible for you. You can solve a simple CAPTCHA and get this API key. Once you have this API key, you're all done here. You can go back to the project documentation and scroll all the way down. You will see code explanation and everything. You can read through it to understand more about this project. But in the bottom, you can see the complete code for this project. So let's just copy the code and open the Arduino IDE and paste it. So here we have the complete code. As you can see, there is a library called GeoLinker, which again is built by us at Circuit Digest. So this library takes care of everything. It takes care of getting data from your GPS modules. It takes care of sending it to the GeoLinker web app through your GSM module. Now, all you have to do is paste the code and then get into libraries and make sure that this GeoLinker is installed. So I'm just going to search for GeoLinker, and as you can see, there are 2 libraries under the name GeoLinker, both by Circuit Digest. For this project, you would want to install the GeoLinker, the first one, and just click on install. I have already installed it. Once you have installed it, all you have to do is scroll down over here. You don't have to change any of these if you have followed the same circuit diagram. Under this GeoLinker configuration, there are a few things which you have to change. The first thing is your API key. Copy your API key which you generated earlier and paste it over here. And this here is your device ID. So as you saw earlier, my device was called GeoLinker Tracker Test 1, but you can give any name as per your preference. And then we have an update interval. How fast do you want this GPS tracker device to send data to the cloud? Here it is set as 3 seconds. Now, something to note here is if you're using the SIM800 GSM module to send data to GeoLinker, it's not going to happen that fast. You won't be able to send data every 3 seconds because the module alone takes around 10 to 12 seconds to process that information and send it to the cloud. But once it has sent, this 3 seconds is how much time it will wait before it starts to process the next data. So if you want to make it super fast, keep it 0 or 1, or if you want to send it, say, for example, every 30 seconds or every 1 minute, every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes, you can mention the duration of delay in seconds over here. Another thing you can see here is enable offline storage. So this is a useful feature. Say, for example, your GPS tracker has received the location from the GPS module, but your SIM800 is not able to connect to internet or is not able to send the data to the cloud. In that case, we will store the GPS values offline on the Pico development board itself. So if you make this true, the board is going to store all these values offline on the board itself. And then once the network connection is back, it will push it back to cloud. So the buffer limit is how much values the board should store. And if you set it to 20, it will store up to 20 values offline if the network connection is not available. Now, then there is something called enable auto reconnect. You can leave it at true, but if you're using the SIM800 module, it doesn't matter. If you're using the Pico W versions, which has the Wi-Fi, and if you have a Wi-Fi connection around your GPS module, then what you can do is you can leave it true, and you can also use your Wi-Fi connection to send data to the internet. I'll quickly show you how that can be done. To know that, you can get into file examples, and if you scroll all the way down, you will find GeoLinker, and then click on this GeoLinker example app. So this example code will show few more details than what is needed for your project. So over here, you can see how to choose the network band. By default, what we are choosing is GeoLinker cellular, but you can also comment this out and enable GeoLinker Wi-Fi, set the SSID and password, and this way you will be able to use the Wi-Fi option on your Pico W boards if it is present to connect to a Wi-Fi and send the GPS data. Now coming back to our board, you don't have to worry about this. If you don't want to use Wi-Fi, you can just leave it as such. And then there is another thing here which is called time offset hours. As I showed you earlier, our GPS tracker is also going to send timestamps to the cloud. So we want to know at what timeline the GPS tracker is operating. So we are in India and we are 5.5 hours ahead of the Greenwich Mean Time. So I'm mentioning 5 in hours and 13 minutes so that we get the real time values. And then on the setup function, there is nothing much you need to change. Over here, you can see that we have enabled GeoLinker cellular because we are using the SIM800 module to send values to our cloud. And that's pretty much it. One more thing I would like to show you here is, as I mentioned earlier, you can also send sensor values to the cloud along with the location values. So here is a small example on how this payload values can be sent. So in this case, there is no temperature or humidity sensor on board. So I'm just gonna hard code these temperature and humidity values, but you can use any sensors. You can use a gas sensor, you can use a temperature sensor to read whatever sensor values you want. And this is how you send the sensor values to the cloud. You can send up to 5 sensor values, and apart from that, you can also send the battery percentage. So for this tracker, we are just going to use a power bank to power this whole setup. But if you're using a LiPo battery and you want to know the battery values of your GPS tracker, you want to know how much percentage of battery is left, you can read that using the ADC pin of your Pico W and then pass it over here, and it will go to the cloud and get updated online so that remotely you can track how much charge is left in your GPS tracker. So that is it, guys. This is all you need to build your own GPS tracker and start visualizing your data. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to power this setup using a power bank, put it in a cardboard box and take it out of the office and drive around so that I can show you how the hardware works and how the values are updated real time on the GeoLinker web app. So yes, if you have any questions, do drop them in the comment section below and I'll try my best in answering all your questions. With that, let's test this.